Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are learning a how-to on how to play Anomia. Now Anomia is a really fun card game and it's fast, it's intense, and it'll get you stressed out a bit. And that's really part of the fun of this game. So today we're going to be talking about how to set up, how to play, and how to win Anomia. So for Anomia, setup is really easy. You're going to choose between the two decks which one you want to play with. There's a blue deck and a red deck. For this example, we're going to be looking at the blue deck. There's no real difference in them other than they're different cards. You'll shuffle up this deck. Once you're done with that, then you are ready to play. It's really that easy. There are a number of cards that we'll talk about in this game, but most of them are pretty self-explanatory, I feel. We're going to treat this as a 4-player game. The game instructions don't really say who goes first. It says the shuffler goes first, so I guess you would rotate that around. But anyways, as always, you could just roll a dice and let that choose who goes first. Player 1 will take one of these cards and flip it and put it in front of them. I have the squiggly line one that says beach. Now what you're looking for are symbols that match. If you find, let's say I have beach and someone else flips over one that has squiggly lines, if they match, then basically it turns into a race. Whoever is the first one to name an example of what's on the other card would get that point, and they'll take the opponent's card and put it in front of them. So we'll keep going around. Player 2 flips over sitcom. Player 3 flips over island. And now you see that none of these symbols have matched, so therefore there has not been a race engaged. Next one is flower. However, flower and sitcom do match. So as soon as flower is flipped over, Player 4 is trying to name a sitcom. Player 2 is trying to name a flower. And so they look at each other, freak out for a moment, and then Player 2 says sunflower. Then they will take this point and put it right there beside their pool deck. That's now 1 point for Player 2. Play continues with Player 4, or Player 1 after that, since they were the last one to pull. They'll flip, and it keeps going around like this. Cheese, amphibians, radio station, TV show. So now candy bar and amphibian both are flipped at the same time. In this example, the candy bar person says salamander and takes this and puts it here. So then it continues on. And you get the idea. Basically, the game will just keep going around until this entire deck has been cleared. There are a few ways in which this game can really change. And let's say this person drew, and they drew a wild card. What this does is, in addition to the grid matching the grid, or the plus matching the plus, now also the grid and the plus also match each other. So if there's ever a case where someone has a grid and someone has a plus, that also engages into a combat in which they will be racing to see who can name the other one first. And that's a way in which this game has a lot of variety in it. And depending on which cards are drawn, or which ones you actually engage with. And that's pretty much it. You're going to keep going around drawing cards one at a time. And once this deck has been depleted, then the game is over. Whoever has the most points over here on their side wins. That's it. It's a really easy to learn game, really fun, and it'll test your reflexes in a way that you might not expect. So, yeah, that is Anomia, and we'll catch you next time because that's the way we roll.